Welcome to Mondello and the fourth round of the Adelaide Masters Series. In this programme, we bring you the highlights of the Supersports races. And boy, can they entertain, as we saw at Bishop's Court.
And there's the pit boards going out. 1 lap to go. Who is going to win this one? It's still anybody's guess who's going to get it.
And look at the drive, number 11, Mawhinney got through that bend. He's right alongside Davy Haire into the corner, and he pushes Davy Haire a little bit wide, so great pass there. So Davy Haire down to 4th position.
And we're still on the last lap, down at the bottom end of the circuit. Carl Phillips still has the advantage. Jason Lynn in 2nd place, and now Nicky Mawhinney in 3rd place. Nicky Mawhinney under pressure once again from David Haire.
And Mawhinney's back to 4th, George. He's not, he's back to 3rd again, so fantastic action here. And here comes Jason Lynn to the front of the field. 38 dives up the inside of Carl Phillips. He takes the lead, so great action here. Carl Phillips down to 2nd. Carl Phillips back to the lead again, so great move from Carl Phillips.
Yeah, Carl Phillips dived up the inside there, so it's only a couple more corners. And there's Nicky Mawhinney. Nicky Mawhinney up into the runner-up position. So Jason Lynn went from 1st down to 3rd there in the space of a couple of corners. Out onto the front straight. Checkered flag being ready for Carl Phillips. He gets the win.
Carl Phillips came out on top of that amazing 5-bike bunch, and many of them are here today to renew their battles.
RIchie Ryan, the championship leader, will race 2 of the fabulous 5 from Bishop's Court.
There's a lot of the guys seem to be up in their pace, as well as myself. So it should be take loose racing.
The Bishop's Court winner, Carl Phillips, now has one thing on his mind.
I'm here to win a championship. Richie's a hard man to beat round Mondello. He's a specialist around here. He's a local. But I don't think it's impossible.
It's not impossible, as Davy Haire has already proved this weekend.
RIchie Ryan, he sort of pushed me well enough yesterday. He was doing in the 54s as well. But we'll see how it goes. It's a bit colder today, so we'll just have to see how it plans out.
Ryan missed Bishop's Court, but the Carrigain rider will be a real threat on his triumph. Davy Haire is on pole for Supersport Race 1. Derek Shields on the 2nd row and Conor Parker, the fastest of the Cup qualifiers, carry our onboard cameras.
A lot of tension here on the Supersport 600 grid. Close qualifying, maybe 1 second covering the top 15. So the riders are under orders now and are off. So a great start there. Looked like RIchie Ryan up the inside maybe got first off.
But it's David Haire once again from pole position. He leads into that turn 1, followed by Carl Phillips, Luke Johnson in 3rd place, and RIchie Ryan's in there as well.
And I'm amazed that Luke Johnson managed to stay up in 3rd position. He got a huge wheelie off the start line, and that let him slip back into the pack.
Yeah, but he recovered well, still holds on to that 3rd position.
Yeah, and George, that looks like Dean McMaster in 4th, so great start from Dean up into 4th position.
Yeah, Dean McMaster, very, very quick rider. He just hasn't got the pace for a complete full race. Someone's ridden off the track onto the grass. Does he keep it clear of the kitty litter? He keeps it upright onto the tarmac again. Whoops, so he just got too much wheel spin there as he went back off the wet grass. Back with the leaders again. It's still David Haire as he leads up into Dunlop corner from Carl Phillips, from Luke Johnson in 3rd place. Dean McMaster still in there in 4th position on the 675 Triumph.
And just behind him is RIchie Ryan on that red Triumph 675. But Davy Haire beginning to push on a little bit now. He doesn't want to get into a ding-dong fight with Carl Phillips like they had at Bishop's Court. And in 3rd position is Luke Johnson, just ahead of Dean McMaster, RIchie Ryan, and that's Derek Shields along. So that's William Dunlop's Yamaha R6 Derek Shields having a run on this weekend.
Yeah, and that's Jimmy Patterson in behind Shields again. Jimmy Patterson, number 10 on the yellow machine, just in behind that man there, Shields.
And that machine is normally in the Milwaukee colours, ridden by, as we said, William Dunlop for Chris Dowd and Sean Muir.
But Carl Phillips in 2nd place, chasing after David Haire. He is really putting the pressure on David Haire as he comes through the left-hander in through the right-hander.
Yeah, and it looks like Luke Johnson's beginning to close in a bit on that battle. Maybe they're beginning to slow each other up a little bit, George.
Yeah, and Dean McMaster's still in there in 4th position as well on the 675 Triumph. He's having a pretty good race here.
That must be his best result so far this year if he gets to the finish in that position.
Well, his best running position at the moment is still early in the race yet as they come across the line. We're going on to lap number 4. And there's RIchie Ryan just trying an inside pass manoeuvre on Dean McMaster, and he makes that one stick. Derek Shields in behind McMaster now.
And that's Jamie Patterson just behind Derek Shields, just in front of Declan Hull.
Yeah, Patterson on the yellow machine, number 10. He's just coming back from injury. Back with the leaders again. It's still very, very close at the front. There's no change in the top 3, but it is very, very close as they come back towards the paddock. Haire. Right in behind him is Carl Phillips. Carl Phillips knows he has to get past Haire, because even though Haire was injured in the first part of the season, he's well in contention for the overall top honours in this Supersport 600 Championship.
He is indeed, and we have that orange machine in the shot all the time now, George, as well. So Luke Johnson's coming to this battle and he wants to win.
Yeah, Luke Johnson only up from the Cup Series last year.
Yeah, that's a standard Yamaha R6 compared to Davy Haire's and Carl Phillips' machine, which are probably near enough full Supersport bikes.
Yeah, that's the bike that Keith Amore used to ride, that David Hare's riding there at the moment, and he's just keeping it ahead of the Sandown Yamaha of Carl Phillips.
And back to the battle for fourth position there, RIchie Ryan ahead of Dean McMaster, and Derek Shields really beginning to find his feet on this little Yamaha R6.
Yes, up until now Derek Shields hasn't been so competitive on this Supersport 600 bike, but he really is showing his mettle this time. He's holding a good sixth position there. Oh, and McMaster right up out of the seat there.
And from the onboard shot, he's just a little bit hard on the gas. It spits him out of his seat and he loses that position to Derek Shields.
Yeah, did pretty well to hold on to that one there, but back with the leaders again. Is still number one. David Haire that leads. Carl Phillips is going to push him all the way to the checkered flag in this one.
In fairness to Phillips, he's got some really good lines around Mondello Park. He's able to pass in places that I haven't seen many people pass before.
And Luke Johnson is holding on to that third place there. Look at the gap between third and fourth place. RIchie Ryan still in that fourth position.
Yeah, and that near crash cost Dean McMaster a lot. He's back with that battle there with Declan Hoey now, and that's Conor Parkhill just behind them as well. So the first of the cup runners, Conor Parkhill.
That's him okay, and we're on board with Conor Parkhill.
Yeah, he's having a run out on his new Yamaha R6. His first outing was Bishop's Court last week, and this weekend is his second voyage, and he's really beginning to come to gel with this machine.
Yeah, that's Declan Hoey that he's pushing there at the moment. Declan Hoey also on an R6 Yamaha.
And look at Phillips, he's really got a good run on Haire now up towards Dunlop Corner. He sits a little bit wide. Will he have a go? Maybe he thinks better of it and he's going to have a run down the start finish straight, but no, he can't. He's after running a little bit wide. So let's have a look for the battle for fourth position. And you can now see the gap back to RIchie Ryan in fourth position. Here he comes down towards the start finish straight again. And look in the background, someone's got a bit of a slide. It's Paul Barron.
Yeah, Paul Barron having an occasional outing here on these rather winded, I think.
And we're back with this battle between RIchie Ryan and Derek Shields. And a great shot here of Jamie Patterson just going through Adelaide Insurance Corner, turn 2 at Mondello.
Yeah, and out into the country again. So the top three are well away from this battle going on for fourth place, RIchie Ryan, and he's one of the main contenders in this Supersport 600 Championship.
Yeah, and Shields has really gelled with this machine, George. Look how comfortable he seems to be. He's not putting the foot wrong, and as we say, RIchie Ryan is one of the championship leaders. Shields is really giving him a hard time here.
Yeah, he's really getting on with the R6 Yamaha as he is with the Kawasaki and the Superbikes. Here they come up into Dunlop again. It's RIchie Ryan still in that fourth place. Number 82 on the black bike, that is Derek Shields.
And it looks like Jamie Patterson there is getting a hard time from Conor Parkhill, first of the cup runners.
He really is. Conor Parkhill is on the ball in this one, okay.
And back at the front of the field, Davy Haire leads just ahead of Carl Phillips, and that's probably the biggest gap we've seen between first and second all race. In third position there on the orange machine is Luke Johnson.
But there's still that massive gap between Luke Johnson in third place and this man coming towards us now on the red bike. That is RIchie Ryan in fourth place. Derek Shields right in behind him in fifth position. Those two boys are going to battle it out. There's over 2 laps to go in this one yet. And I think we've got a flash of Conor Parkhill going through once again. Conor Parkhill in sixth place. Not bad for the leading cup runner.
No, and there's a brave move by RIchie Ryan through the cement dust at the start of the back of the paddock. Shields a little bit more cautious.
Back on board with Conor Parkhill chasing after Jimmy Patterson. And is he going to pass Patterson? He is indeed. Runs a wee bit wide there, didn't actually hit the apex. And Patterson nipped up the inside as they come on to the start finish straight. Patterson back into that sixth place. Conor Parkhill back down into seventh.
Indeed, and as we said, Jamie Patterson's riding injured. He's hurt his shoulder here a couple of weeks back and he's coming back to full fitness, but it doesn't look like he's too injured here, George.
Yeah, there's only 2 laps to go and Parkhill wants to get back past Patterson again. Can he make it?
No, and as we said, great run here from the first of the cup runners, mixing it with the pros.
Yeah, that's Patterson in sixth place, and behind him it's Parkhill, the best of the cup runners, in seventh place. Got a shot there is Dean McMaster. Dean McMaster in the 8th position, followed by Hoey and Joe Laughlin. That's Joe Laughlin there in the red and yellow machine.
Yeah, and RIchie Ryan now getting a hard time from Shields. Shields really beginning to push, and someone runs a bit wide. That was Dean McMaster. So Dean McMaster, a little bit of mistake there from Dean, but RIchie Ryan, I don't know if he can he hold on, George. Looks like Shields is really on the move.
Yeah, Shields right on the wheel tracks there off RIchie Ryan as they go past the pit boards this time.
And the leaders come back towards us now for the 12th and final time. Davy Haire just ahead of Carl Phillips on the Sandown Yamaha, and he's not going to give up. He wants that win.
But time is rapidly running out for Carl Phillips. There's only a few corners left. Remember, we're on the last lap, and he needs that second win in the series. He's only one win so far. David Haire has 3 wins already under his belt. Is he going to get win number 4 in a couple of seconds' time? We'll have to wait and see.
And Phillips is on the attack. He's going for the outside pass here, George. He's letting go the brakes. He's going to try and run round the outside of Davy Haire at Dunlop Corner. Can he make it stick?
He's going to have to try and run up the inside, but he can't make that stick either, so it's going to be another win for David.
RIchie Ryan's 4th place keeps him ahead in the Supersport Championship by 10 points over Carl Phillips, with Davy Haire at close 3rd.
It's the first race I've actually led from start to finish and sort of controlled it at my own sort of pace in a way. But it was good, and it came to me, and I wasn't even on new tyres there, so I was quite happy to sort of get down into 54s. So I'm confident now for the second one. Just need to try and get away off the line again.
Brilliant race, just pity about the last corner. Davey ran a tight line. It's actually the tightest line I've ever seen, but he stopped, he turned, he shot, and he won. So looking forward to the next race now.
Conor Parkle continues to lead the Cup Championship.
I don't know whether to go up and push from the top ladder or else take her handy for the next few rounds and try and wrap it up. But no, I'm real happy with the bike, and it's great to be up there challenging some of the top lads, and surprised myself with the times I'm doing around here actually.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Masters, and it's Supersports this week. David Haire won the first one by, pardon the pun, a hair's breadth. Can he do it again?
He says he can, and the Lisburn lad is just concentrating on getting that whole shot on his CBR Honda. Luke Johnson will have other ideas on his Yamaha. Carl Phillips wants to head the Supersports Championship again on his Yamaha, and RIchie Ryan, number 83, is aiming to keep his triumph out ahead in the points. Our onboards this time are again with Derek Shields and Conor Parkle.
So in a few seconds' time, we'll be starting with the second race for the Supersport 600s. We get the green flag from the back of the grid. That shows that everything is clear. Red flag shown at the front, and the starter moves to the side. They wait for the lights to go out. Out go the lights. It's the same grid as before, with Haire, Johnson, Phillips and Ryan on the front row.
It looks like a great start there from RIchie Ryan, but Davy Haire, the man of the moment, swoops round the outside and takes that lead. RIchie Ryan in second, and Luke Johnson in third.
And Conor Parkle made a pretty good start that time from the second row of the grid.
Yes, George is in 4th position. You can see the yellow machine just coming towards us, but at the front it's Davy Haire, and can't fault this kid all weekend. Been absolutely fantastic.
At number 112 in the shot, that is the Polish rider Krzysztof Kapiciak.
And there's been a bit of a shuffle in the order. Parkel slipped down the order. He's behind Shields now, and Carl Phillips just in shot here.
But out in front is still David Haire in the lead from RIchie Ryan in 2nd place. There's Johnson in 3rd position. Carl Phillips in 4th place. Derek Shields right in behind him in 5th position.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm really impressed with Derek Shields coming to grips with this Yamaha R6. We spoke about this already, but it's not an easy transition to jump off a 1000cc and onto a 600, especially at the competitive level that this is the ultimate class really at the moment.
That's your 4th and 5th place men. Then it's Conor Parkhill in the top 6. Back with his crop for 2nd position. RIchie Ryan in 2nd place. Luke Johnson 3rd.
Yeah, and Phillips hasn't given up on that spot either. He's really pushing on a bit, and Shields has given him the hurry up too. So, George, I wouldn't be calling a result this early in this race.
There we have RIchie Ryan 2nd, Johnson 3rd. Carl Phillips is going to make a move. Is he going to make a move on Luke Johnson as he comes into the long left-hander? Yes, he does. Round the outside of Luke Johnson. Johnson runs a little bit wide.
I'm not surprised. That was one of Carl Phillips' favourite passes there at the back of the paddock. Mondello just chops the nose off him, gives him nowhere to go, but it's a fair move. Still though, Haire beginning to pull away, George, and RIchie Ryan has a bit of a battle for 2nd position, but Shields now, he's beginning to get the hurry up from the pit crew.
Yeah, Derek Shields could have been the man to watch in this one. You know, he's down 5th place there as he go on to lap number 4, but he could move up a couple of spots.
Yeah, Davy Haire, how impressive has he been all weekend? A couple of wins, and now he's beginning to streak away from this. We haven't seen a lead like this in the Supersport class all year long.
David Haire really wants to come out on top in the championship.
And Haire has a considerable lead over this battle for 2nd position between RIchie Ryan, Carl Phillips, Luke Johnson and Derek Shields. And Shields has to give a look at Phillips having a go down the outside, George.
He really is. Another go as they come into the left-hander, but no, RIchie Ryan's going to hold him off. Or is he? RIchie Ryan ran a wee bit wide, but then he pulled it back into the apex again.
I didn't think he was going to come back from that one, George. I thought he was gone off. Normally when you go that wide on the circuit, it'll bring you off to the edge of it. And look, Phillips has another look.
No, but he knows he can't quite make it up the inside, and the defensive line held by number 83 in the red bike there, RIchie Ryan.
And Shields is up in position, so Shields got the position there just from Luke Johnson. With all that battle and just in front of him, it unsettled Luke, and Derek took full advantage.
Yeah, that's 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th in the picture, and it's Conor Parkhill still holding on to top 6. An impressive ride that is.
And look at the impressive lead Davy Haire has over this epic battle for 2nd position. RIchie Ryan really pushing hard, George. What's with the force compress here, just as he dips in there, maybe 120 miles an hour tipping in on the right hand side of the tyre.
And Carl Phillips up the inside of RIchie Ryan.
And that's 2nd position for him, George.
Yeah, there's only one man in front of them, and it's actually a 3-man scrap for the championship now, because don't forget David Haire is one of the leading contenders now, especially if he gets this win under his belt. And Carl Phillips and RIchie Ryan, they're lying 2nd and 3rd in the race and are all the leading contenders in this series.
And look at Derek Shields, he's having a go at RIchie Ryan now into Dunlop, and he gets that position, so RIchie Ryan back another one.
Yeah, and Derek Shields actually acting as a spoiler here. He has no real interest in the overall honours in the Supersport 600 Championship the way he has in the Superbikes.
No, but RIchie Ryan under pressure from Luke Johnson now, so RIchie Ryan, this is going to hurt his championship, George.
Oh, it certainly is. And is he going to get passed by Luke Johnson? No, he holds on to that position. Luke Johnson right in behind him.
Look at Phillips. Phillips getting it away now. But Shields after closing right back into the back of Carl Phillips already. So Shields, maybe he's probably the quickest man on the circuit at the moment.
Yeah, Derek Shields seems to be getting more and more acclimatised to the R6 Yamaha.
And I think RIchie Ryan's going to get a pass here by Luke Johnson. RIchie runs a little bit wide. That's a really unusual line, George. He just lets go of the brakes. Massive corner speed. Runs a little bit wide and then tips in.
Yeah, but Luke Johnson couldn't take advantage here, and there's Conor Parkhill closing in on Johnson.
And maybe it's just the way the different bikes handle, but the Triumph seems to run a little bit wider in the corners, George, compared to the Yamaha R6.
Luke Johnson still holding on to that position, but as they come round to complete this lap, they're starting off on lap number 8, coming into Ford turn 1. Luke Johnson has the inside lane advantage. Oh, he just holds off RIchie Ryan. That's RIchie Ryan down another position, not doing his championship aspirations any good at all. And he's under pressure now from Conor Parkhill.
Yeah, Conor Parkhill, impressive there as a cup rider to be battling with one of the championship leaders. And here we're on board with Conor on his little Yamaha R6, and we've RIchie Ryan right in shot here, the black letters, and you can see the exhaust pipe just under the tail of the Yamaha or the Triumph 675.
Yeah, coming back towards the long left-hander behind the paddock. Parkhill up the inside. Can he make a stick, or we're going to get another shot off RIchie Ryan going around the outside? No, Conor Parkle has made that position stick.
Yeah, I wonder if RIchie got a problem, because he's normally not that easy to pass here at Mondello Park.
So that's Conor Parkle up into 5th position, and RIchie Ryan down into 6th place. Unusual for him to be so far down from the leaders. Back with the scrap for 2nd place, and it is still Derek Shields chasing hard after Carl Phillips.
Yeah, the Sandown Yamaha rider, George. Where does that leave him in the championship now if he was to finish 2nd?
Oh, it's anybody's guess. It's going to be so close going into the final round in October.
Yeah, and it's going to be a different playing field, George, for the last and final rounds. We're using the international circuit here at Mondello, so it's going to be maybe some guys go better on that circuit than they do on this one. Interesting to see, and I can't wait for it to happen.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to miss that final round in the Adelaide Series. There goes the leader through the shot once again, David Haire. Let's not forget about him. He's so far out in front there from Carl Phillips and Derek Shields.
And Shields making a move on Phillips into Dunlop corner for 2nd position, and he gets it. So great pass there by Derek Shields on Carl Phillips.
Yeah, but that's the last thing that Carl Phillips wanted to see, was another man getting past him, even though he's not a contender in the championship.
Yeah, and Davy Haire with the runaway lead is going to be hurting the championship. George is going to throw it on its head completely, but Shields, what can you say about this man? 3rd time on the machine, and he's in 2nd position. What's going to happen for the last round?
Don't know what's going to happen in the last round, Jim. What's going to happen in this race? Can Derek Shields hold on to that 2nd position? Carl Phillips will want to get that runner-up position back again. He needs as many points as he can in the championship. Of course, so does David Haire. We're on board with Derek Shields at the moment.
Yeah, it's some great action here, and I have to say, Derek has some really good lines, and he obviously would have, George, as he's a former Irish champion. Back with the runaway leader here, David Haire. What a weekend we've said already about this kid. The sponsors and the team must be delighted with his performance.
Yeah, David Sackley, a young 24-year-old from Lisburn, actually took part in his very first road race, his local circuit up at Dundrod, just a couple of weeks ago.
And that's a fast place to be learning, George, isn't it?
Oh, David told me that he never ridden a motorbike as fast in his life. He's going pretty quick there at the moment, as quick as he needs to go, because there's only a couple of laps left in this one, and he's well out in front.
Yeah, I have to say he's done an impressive job all weekend, both on the 600 and on the Superbike, and so is the guy in 2nd place, Derek Shields, championship leader on the 1000s and in 2nd position on the 600s.
But the most impressive rider for me is Conor Parkle. We're on board with Conor at the moment. That's Luke Johnson in front of him, going up into Dunlop corner. There's only a couple of laps left.
Oh, and that's Luke off, so Luke locked the front wheel and down he goes, and Conor's up another position.
Yeah, well, Luke Johnson's okay. He's back up on his feet. He's going to try and pick the R6 Yamaha up and continue. I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Hard luck for poor Luke. It's a real shame. That's the first non-finish we've seen from Luke all year. And here's the race leader coming back towards us. He's through the back markers already, George. He's probably got a half a lap to go now at this stage. He'll be listening for the rattles and whatever's going on in the motor. He'll think he might hear something, but he's not going to slow down. He's pushing.
On board with Derek Shields on the final lap of this Supersport 600 event, just as he gets run to the long left-hander. Note how close he goes to the curb there. The knee will be right on the curb as he went round that left-hander into the right-hand kink.
And that's a great 2nd position for Derek Shields on that black Yamaha R6. But what can we say about the runaway leader? All he's got to worry about are back markers and yellow flags as Davy Haire takes the checkered flag.
4 wins this weekend for Davy Haire, and what about that 4th place for the Cup runner Conor Parkle?
I'm really pleased that the Yamaha's going really well. Hopefully it's got a bit more speed out of her, and hopefully get my first podium in the Pro would be great. So it would.
And the pro in Supersports this weekend has been Davy Haire, who took all 3 races and a Superbike win for good measure. A great result for the DHR B&W Honda team.
We'll be back in Mondello for the final round of the Adelaide Masters Series before the winter finally closes in. And as is now traditional, it'll be on the longer international circuit. So bike fans, 1 meeting and 2 RPM programs still to come. See you then.